guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Sean again from PSI, and I have another guest. Wait, it's the same person, E92 Drew.
Yep.
We're actually here with a mini collection of 3 cars that are all identical except the transmissions and the colors. So we'll walk you through all those and show you all the special things. This is actually one of my favorite BMWs that's still out, right? It's not made anymore, but you can still pick them up. Of course, those 3 are for sale, but this is one of my favorite S55 cars you can pick up.
Yeah, it's my second favorite chassis next to the 1M, as we talked about in a previous video. We decided to do a mini collection, once again, not a full collection, because we've got the new G87 coming out, and we wanted to relive the F87 M2 CS before the new one hits. And we can talk about what we loved about this chassis, what we think BMW did a really good job learning from the 1M, which is like a micro version 1 decade earlier than this car. So I say we just get right into it.
Yeah, I mean, this is the end of the range for the M2. This is the final edition of the F87 car, and it's really the best. It's night and day from the competition. It's night and day from the original M2. You know, at the shop we work on a ton of the different M2s, a ton of the M2Cs, but we don't get to see these too often. So behind me there's 2 manual cars and 1 DCT car. I always like the manual. He kind of likes DCT. This is like everyone's favorite. Everyone loves the blue. It's the Misano blue, right? It only came on the M2 CS. It's manual. I like the black one, which I'm not a big black car, black color fan, especially in Florida because it's 113 degrees every single day and I roast driving it. But that was the car that I actually came to love, the M2 CS with the manual. It also has the Akrapovic muffler on it. I think one of the others does too, right? The blue car?
The Misano blue, yeah, it's got the full exhaust.
Yeah, so do you like the DCT or do you like the manual?
I love the manual. Originally, I liked the DCT. It's a great evolution of the DCT. It's a little less laggy from neutral to first. Obviously, you can program it, but then when you get into the manual, it's like, nope, you can kind of skirt by the DCT and go right into the manual. Cool thing about the manual, when you're in M1 mode or M2 mode, you have the downshift rev match.
Yeah, the rev matching.
Which I love. With the Akrapovic, though, it can be a little obnoxious if you have the valves open.
Yeah, so these cars actually come from the factory with a couple of the touch point things that I normally recommend customers do on the C and on the regular M2, which is like the Alcantara wheel, the manual, the shift knob that's in the car. It also has some carbon bits on the inside that are super nice and really updates the price. Because I mean, what were these cars MSRP, Drew?
I think they were 87 new, if I've got my memory right. Well, I've got a lot of window stickers that I have to memorize, but I think they're 87 the way that these are spec'd. And if you remember, there's only a couple options that you can get on these cars. You can get the $8,500 ceramic, the CCBs, which we had another one, if you remember, the Hockenheim, which absolute best BMW ceramics that I've had yet. And then you had the gold wheels. And we haven't had one with the gold wheels yet. I personally think the best spec on this car, I agree, would be the sapphire black, but with the gold wheels and the color matching calipers with the ceramic brakes. I think would make it just absolute primo.
Yeah, so these cars actually came with a large carbon fiber weave roof, which BMW took out of some back alley. I don't like it.
Yeah.
It's something random on these cars. They wanted to make them super special because these are, I think, 20,000 over what a regular M2 competition was. So they did some special things.
I've got a different perspective on the roof. I love the roof. I think it looks cool. I agree, it did come out of a back alley. Because if you look at any M2 CS, 100% of them are going to have carbon imperfections in that weave. It's a problem. I would argue that at some point in time, they might actually make a service campaign out of it if they can replace it. The other complaint I have about the roof isn't what it looks like. It's that they didn't match the weave on all the other carbon bits. So the mirror caps, the spoiler, the rear lip, it's all the smaller weave. So it doesn't really flow. But I think by itself, it looks pretty cool. And then obviously all the carbon on the inside doesn't match either. And they did a really good job with that carbon. You know, they got the door pulls, which are real thick, wide carbon pole, which is nice. They got the carbon bits on the dash. The entire center console, which is the folding center console delete, much lower, but the whole structure of it is made
the whole structure is carbon. Yeah. You know, the thing is that BMW makes a lot of special models, and so do all the other manufacturers. And the one thing about the CS model is it's not some gimmick. It's not just more money because it has an S. It's not just, oh, it has a cool carbon roof and a front lip. The car is night and day different from a C. And anybody out there looking for an M2C that wants a really nice car, you guys really need to take a hard look at the CSs because it's a special car. It will always be a special car. And in my opinion, all the stuff these already have, like the steering coating, the DCT coating, the touch points, it's all done OEM from BMW, which is what makes the car special and what you pay for. And now, what are the cars going for? I mean, what are these on the market now
Well,
for, Drew?
the Misano Blue is the color that brings the most, so it's just over 100 grand with no ceramics. You're like 110, 112 with ceramics. The black and the Hockenheim, they're about the same price, mid 90s. I've got mine priced in the low 90s just so I can be competitive and move them. To your point, it's worth the extra money. You'll spend the difference in price easily on your own mods, which obviously we've seen a lot of guys do, but that car is not going to be worth nearly as much in 10 years. This one will.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I would 100% do on the car is do the Akrapovic. Funny thing is, 2 of these already have it,
right?
So I think a lot of people would agree with me that got these cars. So, you know, that's one of the things, but let's actually walk around the cars now and show you some of the special points on the CSs.
Oh, there it goes. Valve's open. She sounds mean and angry. Doesn't sound like a supercharged R8, but it's got a little sound to it. Now it's a normal car. This is for the moms and the dads that go to the grocery store. It's for the rowdy boys. Of course, when you get it at like 6,000 RPM, it gets pretty angry. So there's a big special feature that is on the M2 CS that we actually forgot to mention earlier, which is the carbon fiber hood. It is color matched, but if you open the hood, which we can show you over B-roll maybe, it's carbon weave underneath, looks really nice. I think it actually has the that was the M5 CS.
Yeah, but I mean, this is the GTS style. I mean, this hood was introduced on the GTS. It's a common mod we do for F80s, F82s. They brought it over on this to kind of tie all that in as a special model. It has the special front lip, which is actually chassis mounted. Crazy to mount them. A couple of his customers have already broke the lip off, so we did some replacements at the shop. Pretty crazy how they mount. It's a legit lip.
Almost $4,000 just for anybody that has to buy one down the road. If you have to appraise a car and it's got a damaged lip, keep that in mind because it's not cheap.
Yeah, so this particular car also has some stuff that's aftermarket on it. It has some carbon grille outlines, which, you know, I particularly are on the fence about.
I don't like them.
It also has some spinner or self-centering BMW logo center caps. Yep. Not a fan. There's also some more carbon. There's a carbon fender grille also that's on the car. There's a lot of carbon. I'm not a big super carbon fan, but, you know, let's move over to the inside. You'll notice the red stitching on the dash, red stitching on the seats. You notice the Alcantara steering wheel. You also notice the really neat CS Alcantara orange logo on the dash. There's some great M stitching here on the seat.
I think this was like the birth of the new interiors that we have. They did a great job. I thought they knocked it out of the park with this. Just all the touch points were that little extra, you know, or the center console delete, I think is, that's
I mean, there's just enough taken away from a standard car and just enough added for the CS. So that sometimes people do too much. Sometimes the cars are too base to pay 90 grand for. Sometimes the cars have too much and you're like, oh, this is supposed to be a lightweight model. So BMW did a great job picking really what works here. And then here's the roof, which we talked about earlier. And there's like 2 glaring imperfections right here on the driver's side that you can see, you know, which we'll show. We wanted to highlight everything on the Misano car because of the color. It really shows the lines of the car. We can keep moving back to the wing, the rear spoiler rather. This is the trunk spoiler from the CS. It's a special design. This and the diffuser and the front lip are something BMW brought OEM to the CS model. They also did it on the M3 and the M4, which is really cool because back in E92 days, there were no lips for the cars from BMW. Only exception was from the GTS. So BMW is listening to the aftermarket, and this is all OEM. When we show the diffuser in the back, you guys are gonna notice the dry carbon Akrapovic tips. Those are titanium and dry carbon. Super sick, exactly what I would do on my car if I own this. I'd also do some reflector deletes in the back. But yeah, I mean, this is a special car BMW did a great job on. What else do you like, Drew, about the back? I mean, you like the diffuser? Like...
I think you nailed it. We love it for the same reasons. I love the design. I love the ergonomics on the inside of the car. I know we're talking about the exterior, but it is full of carbon, right? That is a big difference between the M2C or the regular M2 and this one. It does justify some of the price difference because if you were to buy this yourself from Vorsteiner, you know, you're looking at 3 grand, maybe 4 grand for the back, 3 or 4 for the front.
It's even OEM. Like if you wanted to buy all the CS bits to make your M2 competition be this car, you're going to spend the difference in the price, and then you always have a C. So it's like the comment that I made earlier, like you guys looking out there for really want an S55, really want a C car, you should look for the CS, and if you have the experience to go see one in person or even drive one, that's gonna be the decision maker for you guys on buying that car.
Right, and you'll get your money back out of it when it comes time to sell it.
Resell,
you know,
100%.
Cost versus price. You're gonna pay the price one time, but the entire cost of the vehicle, I would argue, is is less on this long term. Whether you keep it and not drive it, or if you drive it daily.
100%. I mean, really the only other car, you know, we have 3 of the colors here. The only other missing color is Alpine White,
right,
which is a body in white color from BMW. It's a standard motorsport color. It's actually pretty rare. Is it the rarest color?
So I said earlier that Misano is the rarest. Of these 3, the Misano is the rarest. Overall, the white is. I've only seen 2 white ones. I don't honestly think anybody wants them now, but I would argue 20 years down the road, the body in white, that'll be the car that everybody puts a super high value on.
Yeah, 100%. This is really neat to get these together. If you guys have any questions on the cars, make sure you put it in the comments. If you want to see any more with these cars, also do that. Thanks for tuning in. Subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you next time.